everybody, it's me from The Budget Life. Welcome back, and welcome back to myself as well. It's been a few months since I have done a video, a budgeting video, or really any video. Life's been kind of crazy. I got married back in September. My husband and I, we bought a car. We had a higher tax bill in April than we anticipated, but luckily we had a fully funded emergency fund and all these other things figured out, so we were able to just cash flow that really quick. And so we are working on just kind of building that emergency fund back up, taking care of some medical things that we've been needing to take care of ourselves, which is good. Like, we kind of knew going into this first year of marriage this was going to be kind of an expensive year because we knew, like, my husband hadn't been to the doctor in a while, I hadn't been to the doctor in a while, I have orthotics for footwear, so like an insert for my shoes to help with my feet because I have really high arches and I get like plantar fasciitis and a bunch of other weird things. So like I needed those desperately. It's been a while since my husband went to the dentist and things like that. And so we knew it was going to be kind of expensive, so we wanted to plan for it properly, and we have. We just wish we could put more into savings than we've been able to, or at least keep it there more so, I guess. So we're working towards that and figuring other financial things out as well. So we'll just kind of jump into our budget for July this month. Our income hasn't gone up a lot, but it's about to. My husband is past his probationary period at his job. They also recently increased their work week from 37.5 hours to 40 with his union. So he'll technically be getting a raise, or like higher paycheck, but he's getting paid the same amount hourly. So in the future, in the next month or so, we might have an increase of about $150 a month. And then if he gets the raise, because right now with his union, depending on what the contract went through, they either get no step increase or like a 1 to 2 step increase, I think is what it is, or it was 1 or 2, or now it might be 2 or 3 depending on things, so we'll see what happens there. So fingers crossed that happens. So if nothing else, we know our pay is going to go up, our take home is going to go up about $150 a month. It might go up $200 or $300, which would be awesome, but we're not banking on that right now. So our current expected income this month is $3,200. So that is based on his current take-home pay and my current take-home pay, and also other things that happen every now and then is I do sell artwork, and I might sell a few things this month. Who knows? We'll see what happens with my website. I'll link that down below if you care. If not, no worries. So our current expenses for this month is $1,722, and our base expenses are things like rent, power, food, phone, gas, pet insurance, pool pass, things like that. And then miscellaneous spending in this don't really fall into these, so we could scale it down if we need to. But our rent is $960, and for those of you that were watching some of my older videos, you might notice that this has gone up about $100, which it has, and that's because we moved across the hall. And so our previous unit was a 400 square foot studio apartment, which was nice and we loved it. And then a larger one opened up across the hall. We knew we wanted a bigger apartment, but we were waiting for the timing and making sure we could afford it and things like that. And this unit is about 700 or 750 square feet. So definitely worth it for the extra $100 a month. A lot more room for us to move around in, a lot more room for us to do things in. There's a little bit more storage, so it's been easier to kind of keep things cleaner, which is great. Just because we don't have to like clean the entire apartment all in one go. We can do like a room or pieces of it at a time, which has been lovely. Next we have our electricity, and we kind of average out monthly amounts and then just pay that monthly amount. Sorry, that sounds really confusing. We take our monthly average and pay that, because some months our electricity is like $40 and things like that. So we try to kind of find the middle ground, pay that every month. That way when the colder months sneak up, it's not as much of a surprise. Next is food and household. So that is going to be obviously groceries, things we need to eat, toiletries, that kind of stuff. Uh, this one. And then gas is for the car. And then my husband's phone bill. This used to be $40, but we found out that if we signed up for like an automatic withdrawal or automatic payment, we would save $5 a month, which, is nice. So that's on auto pay. Pet insurance also on auto pay. We have our pool passes, which is like our gym membership. For us, we decided to do that because it was a lot cheaper, like way cheaper than getting a real gym membership here. So it's only $25 a month for each of us. We have access to the entire pool. We also have access to the workout equipment that they have on deck. So they have like weight machines and a few other things as well, rowing machines, some stationary bikes, and it's good at both of the pools here in our town. So we have one that's an older pool, which is more good for just doing laps and things, and the other one has like a water slide and some other stuff. So it's kind of fun. And they both have a sauna, and I think the new one has a hot tub as well. So if we need to, we can do that too, which is pretty cool. Next thing on here is nicotine patches. My husband is in the process of trying to quit smoking, and so he goes through 2 boxes a week. A box is about a 2-week supply, and those run around $30 to $35 depending where we pick them up from in town. So we just kind of budgeted $65 for that. 'Cause I think the last box I got was like 31 or 32. So yeah. And next we have is miscellaneous spending. So this is like our fun money. And so usually we get about $80 a month total. And this month I'm trying to scale back a little bit because I have a trip next month, so I want to make sure I have a little bit more for that. And so I'm trying to do 40 this month just to see if I can do it, see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I think it'll be fine. And then next, with all of that, we have our savings. So we are able to put aside $14.78 a month. So we thought about having like one big account for this in the past, which would kind of be nice, but it's also good to kind of split it up. That way you aren't like always pulling from your savings. Because then it just feels like it's just another big checking account, which is not what we want. So we have our sinking fund, and our sinking fund for us is things that we know will come up. So it's like medical needs, clothing, car repairs, pet care, that kind of stuff. So all of that gets dumped into one account every month. And our goal is to have that be maxed out at like $5,000, because that's usually our expenses for the year of general care and things like that. And then we have our emergency fund, which is, I think right now we're at 4 months worth of expenses, and we're trying to bump it up to a full 6 months. That's our goal by the end of the year, is to have that maxed out at 6 months. And then the past week, I opened up a Roth IRA because I'm 29 and I really need to start thinking about retirement. Probably should have opened one like last year or the year before, but I didn't really know what I was doing, and that's okay. I'm still learning about all of the financial things in the world, and as I'm sure most of us are, because it hasn't always been taught the way it needs to be. So I opened up that last month, and I'm just putting $250 into that this month. For a Roth IRA this year, I think max contributions are $6,000. So the next month I'm gonna be bumping it up to 500 total contributions. And then we'll see where we're at the end of the year. We might fill it if we can. If not, we'll figure it out. We know we have some upcoming bills. So like I have orthotics that I need to take care of. And so I'm just waiting for that bill to come in the mail. My husband has a surgery coming up, so we're waiting for that bill. He had some hearing stuff going on, and so that's what that's for, and a couple other things. So we're waiting on a few medical bills to come in. And then he went to the dentist for the first time in a really long time, so we know we have some medical expenses coming through that. Some of it's covered by insurance, some of it isn't. So we're figuring that out. And then next month we also have car repair. So we have a lot of upcoming expenses over the next 6, 7, 8 months. So really it's not too bad. It's going to average to be about $400 a month or so, $500 a month, which isn't terrible. And we already have a good chunk set aside in that sinking fund for these upcoming expenses. So it's just going to be like this revolving door of us putting money into the sinking fund and us taking money out of the sinking fund to pay medical stuff, which is fine because that's what it's for. Yeah. So that is where we're at with our finances. Right now, we are also trying to save up for a house at some point, but our goal right now is just kind of like wade through this year, see where we're at, see what we need. Hopefully, I'm working on getting my business out of debt. That way I can also get a raise at some point because I've been in business for almost 5 years now. We've grown quite a bit, but we're just kind of playing catch up since our last expansion because we moved to a much larger spot and we need to expand our inventory and things like that. And we didn't necessarily do it in the smartest way possible, but it's definitely been a good rate of return on that spending. So we're working on that. And so hopefully in the next 6 months, our income will go up a lot. But at least for now, we're making it work and we're doing fine. So anyway, this is our budget for July. I'm also hoping to do some kind of budget cooking videos and things like that. My husband and I are both gluten-free, and there aren't a ton of videos out there for like gluten-free on a budget videos, at least not that I've seen, but maybe you know of some. So I'm going to try to do some of that. I'm just figuring out my setup. It'll probably be a little bit. I'm waiting for a better microphone to come in the mail for that, just because I'm fairly soft-spoken and the camera I want to use for that doesn't pick up my voice very well. So I'm waiting for that to come in so I can just auto input and clip that onto myself, and you'll be able to hear me while I'm cooking instead of everything else that's going on around me. But yeah, so thanks for checking me out. Hope this was helpful for you, and if you have questions, let me know. If you have concerns or thoughts, whatever, write it in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful rest of your day and a great Independence Day if you're in the US, and if not, enjoy your week. All right, thank you. Bye.